Good afternoon and welcome. Happy Friday. It's the penultimate day. Auction ends tomorrow, 8 p.m. We go into the closing phase. So who better to welcome on a Friday than our resident pilot, Mr. Hussein. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. How was your week?
Very good. Nice to be back after a long hiatus.
When's the last time you did it live?
I think maybe 2 auctions ago.
Oh, really?
2 or 3 auctions ago. It's been a while.
Good to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Have you been traveling anywhere interesting recently?
Not really. No. I did do a trip to Bali for about 2 weeks. That was on holiday, so that was very nice. I enjoyed that.
Bali work or personal?
No. This was a personal trip.
Okay.
Trip, yeah.
So
hence I was away for a few auctions.
Yeah. So you're back. Auction will be busy.
Yeah. Hope so.
And you still have that radiant sun color tan.
Yeah, it's not going away, man. And the summer started as well, so
it's hot today. Huh?
It is.
All right, so we've got today Hussein's top picks from the auction. No particular category this time. What do you think overall of the auction? I think you've attended most of them, so
I think it's getting better. The selection is getting wider, so we have more selection now. We have varied price points for most of the watches. Some really good deals. So we're starting to see a lot more, I would say, left field choices rather than the usual Rolex and APN kind of stuff. So I'm actually quite excited.
And you like to venture outside of the...
Yeah, I mean, I actually, you know me, you've known me long enough. I like good deals. So I like looking for something that, is a bit off the beaten track. That's the word, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we have quite a few off the beaten track.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Let's see how crazy you go.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to ask you, because we were speaking a bit earlier, you're one of the few people I know that can use their watch actually for their job.
Right.
Do you use your watch? Do you use the GMT function in your watches?
I do actually. I use that a lot.
So you use it a lot.
Yeah.
So when you're flying to a destination,
yeah.
you use the. So you have a lot of GMT watches?
I've got actually quite a few GMT watches, and I think like the flying side apart, I think a GMT complication is probably one of the most useful ones.
One you can use.
Especially living in Dubai, because we're all more or less cosmopolitan in some way or another. We've got family in different places, we're making phone calls, we're doing this kind of thing. So having a GMT watch most of the time.
So do you use it?
Yeah, I do.
So even if you're in Dubai, you'll put the GMT for like Kenya, no one to call the family?
That one's a bit easy because it's just 1 hour behind.
Oh, no.
But yeah, other times, just play around with it. But generally when you land in a new destination, it's the easiest thing just to flip it around. Just turn it a few clicks and you have the time zone for where you are.
All right, In that, let's start.
Yeah.
So, in no particular order, hit us with your top picks.
All right, so since we're talking about GMTs, I'll start with the ultimate GMT watch. Right, this is the
Pilot's Dream.
Yeah, this is the GMT-Master 2. This is the one that started it all. I believe it's the first ever made GMT.
This is the
watch.
1675.
1675, yeah.
And you've had this in the past?
I've not had this particular reference. I've had a 16710, which came after this, but I like the vintage feel of this. This is the GMT-Master, not the GMT-Master 2. So it doesn't have the quick set date
Correct.
on it. Yeah. But yeah, I like how thin it is. I think it's been serviced, yeah? So
Yeah, this one has the service dial and service hand
Yep.
and replaced bezel from the manufacturer.
Okay. Yeah.
And actually, it's so for people to know, and it's written the hand the bracelet. It's an age-correct bracelet, but it's the bracelet for the submarine.
Okay. And the bracelet is in really good condition. You can tell, there's not much stretch on the bracelet itself. So,
No, it's a good watch for those who have an inclination into vintage.
Yeah.
Iconic watch and great price point.
Exactly. I was just going to mention that. So it's starting off at 30K, which is a really good price for GMT. They've all skyrocketed now. They went to the stratosphere. They're coming back down a bit, but still for vintage.
They're on the moon.
Exactly. For vintage piece like this, definitely worth around 30K. So this would be my GMT peak.
All right. So let's stick with the theme of GMT.
Yes.
So I see one of the watches you picked is a Worldtimer.
Yes.
Do you have Worldtimers? Have you had it? Do you find it useful in your job?
I've had one before. not really for the job, but I think it's a really cool complication. Yeah. So this one here is the Omega Worldtimer.
Which one did you have?
Can't remember which one I had.
It was a while back.
Yeah.
Gives an indication of how many watches he's had in the past.
I have had quite a few, yeah. But yeah, this one is the Aqua Terra Worldtimer.
So I think pretty much everyone this week has picked this as a top pick.
You know why? Practicality, price point. You can't beat this.
Yeah, complication.
Exactly. Complication, 150 meters water resistance. I mean, this watch will take you anywhere. World-time features, so you get to see all the, basically all the time zones at a glance. So I think it's really cool.
And it has that cool feature where some other world times don't have it.
Yep.
It takes into account the plus and minus for the GMT. So you know you have the UK,
Yes.
which is winter time and summertime.
Yep.
This you can do with a flick of the indicator at the bottom.
Yep.
Whereas other watches, it doesn't.
Yes.
So it adjusts.
And what I love most is looking at the dial, the way they've laser blazed, the world
beautiful dial.
on the top. It's a really beautiful dial. I love the execution of this watch.
And I think it's the starting price of 2750. No, the other side, 20,900.
20,000. Yeah. So for 20,000 dirhams, I think this is an amazing watch. They've just relaunched. I don't know if you've seen. Omega have just launched the same watch, the Aqua Terra Worldtimer, but in green now.
In green.
Yes, they've launched it in green, and there's one in titanium. I think it's three references. So one in titanium, two in steel, and then with the ceramic bezel. And they're going for, I think, north of 40,000 dirhams.
Wow.
So literally for half the price, you're getting the same watch. So amazing. Yeah.
So I'll count on your bid.
Yeah.
All right. So away from travel now.
Since we're traveling, one more.
Okay. Yes. One more travel.
Yeah. All right. So this is the GLC Duoface. This is also a GMT watch. It's actually one I've been thinking about getting myself.
I'm trying to remember. Have you had a GLC before?
I've never had a GLC before. Yeah. So this is something I'm looking at personally. In fact, this is actually the first sports watch by GLC because they did it for the polo players, where you could flip it around to protect the crystal. So what they've done with this one is essentially you can flip it around and you get the GMT function on the opposite side. So 2 time zones, 2 different faces. Essentially, you have 2 watches in one.
Did they wrap it? Yeah.
It's wrapped, yeah. But if you were to unwrap it,
the clever people at the service center wrapped it.
Yeah. So if you were to flip it around, it's got the silver dial on the top, and if you flip it around, it's a black dial, and it shows you the 24-hour hand plus day and night. So really amazing feature. And this can be actually a dress watch as well.
I think it works. We said this before. It works for both occasions, right?
Yeah.
Dress and casual.
Yep.
White and black.
White and black.
Day and night.
Day and night. Yeah.
All right. Cool choices so far.
Yep.
Got 1 Rolex, 1 GLC, and 1 Omega. What else is in the top list?
All right. So let's talk about the other Rolex.
So another vintage Rolex.
Another vintage Rolex. Yeah. Alright, so this is the Rolex Oysterquartz 1700 reference.
Of which you have one.
I do have one. Yeah,
The steel.
I actually got one from one of the probably second or third auction that you did
Early on.
Yeah. So
And how have you found it as a watch to wear?
Amazing. Everybody asks about the watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's unusual.
It's a very unusual watch. It's the only time Rolex actually tried to follow a trend by doing the integrated
Bracelet.
Right, around the 1970s. That's the same time.
So this came after.
Yeah, it came after. It came after the AP
APs,
and the what was it, the Nautilus?
Okay.
Yeah, so it came after that.
It does have a Gerald Genta-esque
It does
look,
yeah.
right?
I mean,
probably because of the integrated.
Yeah, some people said, he did design it, but no, he clearly said that he didn't. So it's Oysterquartz. I think it's a 1987 one.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a vintage Rolex, this is probably one of the better ones to get. Really good condition, no stretch whatsoever on the bracelets.
And for someone who's just because it's a 36 millimeter.
Yep.
So some people may say it's too small. I know you're someone who's worn
Yep.
big watches and small watches.
Yep.
Where does this fit in?
I would say it's actually really well sized. It's 36 millimeters, but because of the integrated bracelet, weighs probably more like a 38.
Okay,
Yep.
so it weighs bigger than it actually is.
Weighs bigger than a Datejust 36.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, this is historic. It's what can I say? I'd say it's Rolex history in terms of the movement, because it's the only quartz movement they ever made, and it was very limited in production. So only about 1,500 of these were ever made.
Really? Only
Yeah.
1,500?
Yeah, about 1,500
Really?
Yep.
Of all metals?
of all metals. Yeah.
It's quite good. We've had
Yeah,
about 4.
Exactly.
All right.
You're doing well. Yeah. So there's this Oysterquartz, and then there's the Oysterquartz dated.
Yes.
So you had one.
We had one in the auction too.
Yeah. And then there's just a bit of trivia. There's approximately 4 others that Rolex made. They were all prototypes, and they were what do you call this? Perpetual calendars in quartz. Very
And they
difficult
were
to find.
never made it beyond prototype. But
never
they went
made it-
out to market?
A few of them did go out to market, so you can find them popping up from time to time.
So this is a type of watch you'd expect over time.
Yep.
Not that we talk about not an investment,
Yep.
but it's a watch which over time more and more collectors will seek.
Yes, and they're getting harder to get in really good condition, especially with the box and papers and the provenance. So if you can get one now in really good condition, I would say you do it. The other thing is, as collectors, we tend to shy away from quartz watches a lot of the time. I think this one's unique.
Because it's a piece of history, like
Exactly,
you said.
it's a piece of history. And I got mine serviced at Rolex, right? And they changed the module, the quartz module and everything. And from what the watchmaker is saying, this can actually last you another 50 years. So it's as good as a mechanical watch. Accuracy-wise, it's superlative, so it gives you, I think it's 15 seconds a year. So that's really good,
Pretty good.
Accuracy.
All right, good choice. And this one, sorry, we didn't mention 14,000 in the auction,
14,000, yes.
which
Really
is,
good.
I guess, good value.
I paid more for mine, so I think it's a good deal.
There's another 2 days to go. All right, let's stick with history and maybe take the watch next to it, because that is a piece of history.
All right. So this is another very interesting watch, something I've had before, something I wish I still had. This is the Omega Speedmaster. They call it the FYS, which is first Omega in space.
You've had the first Omega in space?
I've had it before, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So this is a numbered edition. It has been discontinued now. So it was basically I've lost the word I wanted to use. It's a tribute to the first Omega that went
in
to
space.
Yep. And it's the only difference between this and the normal moon watch is that it's slightly smaller. So if you found the moon watch to be a bit too big for you, this is probably the one to get.
Still manual.
It's still manual, same movement as the
Same
moon watch.
movement, just smaller case, and I think they made some aesthetics. Slight difference.
Just slight differences, like the second hand, the running second hand is a little bit different, and it's got the sapphire crystal on the top.
And you said it's a numbered edition.
It's a numbered edition.
Numbered meaning it being limited? Production?
No, they just numbered. So every particular watch has a number associated with
but
it.
They did it, they ran it for a period of time.
They did, yeah.
And it stopped.
And then they stopped it now, yeah.
So it's like one of those watches again, just to, it won't be, probably won't be made again.
Yeah.
So it's one of those which is it's
exactly.
It's not, I wouldn't say iconic yet, but it's a part of piece of history.
It's a piece of history.
Omega.
Exactly, and it's something that will definitely hold its value.
And let's ask the controversial question. Why did you sell yours? Out of interest.
I don't know.
Was it too small or?
No. Actually, this is the perfect size for
Did
me.
you get cabin fever?
No, I just found I move in and out of watches very quickly, so it's just one of those.
Yes, you move so quick.
It was
you forget what you buy.
It was one of the casualties of
to make way for something else. All right. Okay, let's move on next. This is one which I found surprising for you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that you would have picked this watch.
I was going to say
two watches I wouldn't have guessed.
Okay.
But you can do that one first. I definitely wouldn't have guessed this one.
All right. I was going to save this for last, but since Khalid.
No, I was actually going to say this one. I wouldn't have guessed.
All right. As you can see, this goes with this shirt, yeah?
Suits my shirt. Is that why you picked it today?
No. Well, I think every man can use a little bit of pink in their life. But to be honest, this candy pink Oris is really good. I'm not the biggest fan of
Bronze,
right? Just because of how it patines. But people love it for some reason. I love the pink dye. I think it's a nice, colorful, summer vibe kind of watch. I think they've done it in different colors as well. The sizing wise, it's 38 millimeters. The bracelet is really big thing, so this would work for both sexes, you know, whether it's male or female. I'm sure a lot of the ladies would appreciate this. And same with the guys, you know, I don't know, it gives you that kind of Miami Beach vibe, you know.
You can pull this off in Bali when you're next on holiday there?
Yeah, I can definitely pull this off, you know. When you're down at the beach or something, you know, nice summer days, cocktails and all that. Yeah, this
and then instead of trading it, you gift it to your wife afterwards.
Exactly, yeah. And we could probably share it.
2 in 1. Yeah, or gift it to her and then just keep on wearing it.
That's the way to do it, yeah.
See? We've got solutions for everything.
Yeah.
And this one, sorry, let's just say 2,900 is the starting price, which for Oris.
Man, really good, good price point, really good watch as well. And if you like your wrist to turn green, even better.
The oxidization.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more to go.
All right.
You pick the next one.
All right, I'll leave this one for last.
Okay.
So let's talk about, this is the Terra Perregaux GP, Laureato.
You've never owned a Laureato?
I've never owned a Laureato, yeah. When I was thinking of owning one, the prices went crazy. When nobody could get steel sports watches,
everyone jumped on the GP bandwagon.
Was jumping on the GP wagon. They went crazy, they went to the stratosphere, they're coming back down. You can pick them up now below retail. So if you were ever sitting on the fence about one, now is the time to get it. Amazing brand history, integrated steel sports bracelet. And
so I read that GP they launched their integrated bracelet before Girard did it.
Yes, that's what
there's a bit of controversy also. Who did it first?
Yeah. I mean, probably did it at the same time. And then
I'll call Girard and ask him.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, this is in the auction for 26,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
Retails, I think, 52.
Yeah, I mean, that's
thereabouts,
half the price,
half the price.
And before that, when retail was 52, people were asking for 60, 70,000 dirhams for this. So you can probably get 3 of them now. There's 2 on the auction, so you can get 2 of them.
And still have pocket change.
I still have some pocket
to buy
change
your wife a gift.
To buy the Oris.
Yeah.
So I would say, definitely.
And this is a watch which would tempt you. Like you said, you were sitting on the fence before.
I was. Yeah.
You're still on the fence?
I'm still on the fence. I mean, for a good price, I definitely pick this up. I think this can be an all-day, everyday kind of watch. You know, doesn't break the bank. At the same time, it has brand recognition. It has history. It's something that it's interesting. You're not going to see on the wrist all the time.
And it is a day it's a casual and formal
watch. Yeah, and it's slim enough. You'd probably pull this under a dress shirt as well. So I think it's an excellent proposition, especially for the price.
All right, last but not least.
Yeah.
And a surprise.
And this is a surprise.
Hitters.
Yeah. So this is something that is a bit left field for me. This is the Chopard
Miglia.
Mille, that's the one. Yeah. Racing inspired watch from Chopard. As you can see from the rubber band, the leather bracelet, and it's also got kind of like racing inspired.
The rubber underlay.
Yep. I love the green dial on this.
It's a subtle green, right? It's not
Very
like
subtle,
it's Hulk green or the new Kermit Oris green.
Yeah. It's something that I believe is still under the radar from Chopard. A lot of people think of them as jewelry makers or something like that. But some of the watches they're pulling out right now are really amazing. Look at the Alpine Eagle. Look at this.
Alpine's been doing very well.
So they're doing amazing stuff.
And don't forget with these ones, the Miglia, they release a new one every year.
Yes.
So there is always a limited run of them. So there's not too many of these around.
Yeah. And it's 42 millimeters, but it weighs.
It doesn't weigh as 42.
Yeah, it weighs more like a 40.
Yeah.
Really slim. Very short lug to lug. So this is something that I would definitely be looking at myself. I love the font on the dial as well. And
it's nice. Like you mentioned now, the dial, the white and the green go well together.
Exactly. And the green stitching as well.
Yeah. And the price goes even better with it.
I was just going to say 10,800 dirhams. This is an amazing value for this watch. If you're looking for a chronograph, this is definitely it.
The one to go for.
Yeah.
There you have it.
All right.
This is Hussein's top picks. One or two left field, but others very interesting. Some GMT inspired, some chronographs in there, and summery pink.
Yeah. I think Khalid should bid for this one. What do you guys think? Yeah.
To match the shirt. If we get enough votes, I'll do it. Before we let you go, I know we went through these 8 and we have others. If you're going to be a one watch man forever, which watch would you pick from the auction? One watch. It can be from here, it can be from there.
Right.
If you were just to pick from, could be ones you've had in the past, but one watch for the rest of your life.
I've always struggled with this question.
Black dial with the diamonds. Datejust. Sorry.
And it can't be the black dial diamond dial now because someone else is looking at it.
Just quick commercial.
Alright, so which one would you pick?
All right.
No pressure.
Yeah, I think I would pick the Batman. Since you're there, you can pull
The Batman. So,
pull it out as well.
if Hussein, which isn't likely to happen, even though his wife would like it to be,
Yeah.
was a one watch man, his top pick would be the Batman. Why? In under a minute.
Under 1 minute. GMT complication, 100 meters water resistance. Rolex steel sports watch. This will be an iconic watch, forever. This is a watch you can pass down to your kids. You can pass it down to their kids. It's solid, bulletproof. The only problem is you might get your hand chopped off in some parts of the world. So I have to
It's
leave it at
worth
home. But other than that, man, I think it's probably one of the most beautiful watches from Rolex. So I'll definitely go with this.
There you have it. Hussein's one watch wonder. Thank you so much, Hussein.
Thank you very much as
Thank you
well.
for sharing your top picks. We have a question.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know the price of the GMT.
The JLC. So the JLC Reverso, it's a full set in the auction, 2021 March. Excellent condition, 27,000. Excellent, yeah, like new, I think. But I can't remember the
it's
condition.
almost
I think
brand
it's new.
Yeah.
27,000 dirhams.
Yeah. And it's definitely a deal, man, because GLC have been skyrocketing their prices.
Yeah,
right now
they've been
with the
increasing
bar.
their prices.
Yeah.
So guys, we have we're open till 8 p.m. today, till 8 p.m. tomorrow when the auction ends. If you're sitting on the fence like Hussein does on a lot of watches, come try them on. Watches on your wrist when you try them on are very different to see them on the website, right?
It's very, very different. You get to get a feel of the condition of the watch, how it actually fits on your wrist, and just seeing it in person. If you're undecided, maybe that's what's going to push you to.
Yeah, so more than welcome. Come see the watches, come meet the team. We have one more question before we go, or comment.
Does the Panerai come with extra strap?
Does the Panerai come with extra strap? We have 3 Panerais. 4 Panerais, which one?
My question is it full set?
They're all full set, I believe. The California, the 40 millimeters,
The Luminar?
the Lumina, they're all Luminas this time around. Full set, I believe they are. But if you check the pictures, it will tell you whichever one you're looking at, if it's full strap or not. If you're not sure, press the WhatsApp button, send the one you're interested in, and ask the team to check, and they'll send you pictures of the box and confirm if it has any additional straps. If it doesn't, we have some great straps here in our strap bar. Do you like the new name, strap bar?
Strap bar, yeah.
I'm going to call it the strap bar. And you have like mocktails going on maybe next time. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you to Hussein.
Yeah,
thank you for
thanks
coming
for-
on Friday.
yeah.
Guys, have a wonderful day. Don't forget, auction ends tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Happy meeting.
Have a great
Yeah.
day. Thank
Bye.
you.
See you. Goodbye.